This is a great group, and I can feel the vibrations, the electricity and everything that you bring with you, and I thank you for that. And this is a great subject to be talking about in this group, because it is one of those that is real deep, and if you were to point to yourself, you'd probably say it's right here. And it's that spirit that's inside that gets that feeling that you really want to have often. And we had as we went through this memorial construction, and as we obtained that piece of steel that's out there, and you can enjoy also as you go out and just sit and ponder. Let me go through a very quick review of what got us to this point. And some years ago, the Port Authority in New York offered us an opportunity to have a piece of steel if we would incorporate it into a memorial. And without a whole lot of discussion, I sent a quick response back, we absolutely will. And there was a little faith in that, so this is probably the place to talk about that. As we moved closer and closer to a couple of years, 2.5 years, almost 3 years passed, and I received a call that said, your piece of steel is ready, come and get it, we will not ship. So I found a willing compatriot in our Assistant Chief, Jim Bush, and we jumped into a truck and pulled a trailer and went and picked that up, drove for 87 hours to get the piece of steel. So there was a little sacrifice there too, so we're, again, the right place to be talking about it. As we talked about the idea of why we would want that in Gilbert, it was emotional. It brought to us a feeling of unity. Everybody kind of erased all of the borders that separate us in ideologies and beliefs and came to one thing. We all felt the same when we felt ourselves in the shadow of that piece of steel. And that's what we wanted to bring to Gilbert, give everybody a chance to come and enjoy it. We put together a team, and a couple of those folks are going to receive a Community of Excellence Award today. They did a marvelous job of going out and beating on doors and finding willing participants in the community to donate money. We had some folks who felt like they wanted to be a part of it and had bought bricks, and we had all the money that was necessary to build it as it is. We originally planned, and this is a lack of faith, we thought we'd have to do this in 2 phases. This community is unbelievable. Everybody showed up, they put their money where their mouth was and absolutely did a job. We built this thing with a lot of volunteerism. We had trades that came and sacrificed, gave up their time, and which was valuable in this economy, to do this. And I asked them every morning, I'd go out and I'd sit with the workers and I'd say, why are you here? Why are you doing this? I'd say, we wouldn't be anywhere else. What a great place. What a great place. What a great monument we have to sit and ponder. And then the unveiling, for those of you that weren't there, you missed a great opportunity, one of those things that I'll always remember, as we sat around and pondered the ideas and the notions that brought us to this point. And I'm grateful to be here in Gilbert. I'm grateful to be here in front of you. Now, we did something, but we didn't stop there, though, interestingly enough. You'd think that the memorial would probably be enough. Part of that committee's charge was to put together some activities, a week-long activity-laden effort by the community that was an effort of sacrifice. Everybody showed up and did things that they wouldn't normally do, volunteered, and we celebrated the whole week the memory of those who were taken from us, the liberties that we enjoy, and the emotion that unity brings to us. What a great week, a great time in Gilbert. But we didn't stop there. One more thing that we did that I think was that you'll all have a chance to see and visualize. In fact, as you drive out Civic Center here, we renamed the street. Vice Mayor Danielle has got a great program. She initiated, she pushed us, drug us into an idea, a notion, and she carries the flowers, she carries the flags every time on her own, because we're still working at this and doing a great job, but we honor the people who come back to us from the war front. As they recover and come back to us, we take that opportunity as a community to honor them. And so we thought we should name this American Heroes Way. Now, I can't take credit for any of the naming of that street. That was Assistant Chief Jim Bush. There were a lot of names that were bannered about. Some of those we can't say in mixed company, but we decided that American Heroes Way was a great name for that street. And as you see the procession of these military coming down and being received into council chambers with all of the hoopla that goes with that they deserve, and the honor that they're paid for their sacrifice, it gives you that feeling again. And it's just like charging your battery or cleaning off your spark plugs. It's a great place to be, and I am so grateful for this community and all of the efforts that they go through in making that happen. Now, you think that's the end of the story. I'm going to pass the mic to Councilman Sentz, who's going to talk about one other thing that the town of Gilbert accomplished, and I think it's worthy of an applause too. So, Councilman Sentz.
Thank you. Chief Dorn.
Yes, sir.
This is impromptu. Would you come up and join me, please?
That was good timing.
Well, I think the chief talked long enough. Wait.
Am I in trouble? Or?
No, sir. No, not at all. Chief Dorn and I were fortunate enough, along with the mayor and Chief DeWitt, to attend the ceremony on September 22nd in Washington, D.C. for the Freedom Award. And the chief and I embody the award. He has 36 years in the Guard. And along the way, he spent 13 months in the desert in Iraq. And a good story, Chief Dorn was combat support. So I don't know how many of you know what combat support is, but they're the people that take care of the combat troops from behind. And one day he's moving up and he looks around and he goes, "Where's the combat unit?" Uh-oh, they're behind me. Why am I leading? So, but we're very honored to have Chief Dorn representing the Guard. I spent 34 years in the Naval Reserve, and I too... And I got a year vacation in a jungle in Vietnam. So the reason I'm telling you this, I still get emotional about it, sorry. The employer supported Guard and Reserve is to honor and take care of our Guard and Reserve who are deployed. And it's a team effort. It's not just the deployed member, but it's the family that also is part of it and sacrifices during that deployment. So how did Gilbert win this? Well, what we found out, which was kind of blew me away, there were over 4,000 applications for this award nationwide, and they picked 15. And we're one of 3 organizations in Arizona that has ever received the Freedom Award. So it's a tremendous honor for the town of Gilbert, and we're grateful to Leo Hess. Leo can't be with us today because he's in some mountain somewhere in Afghanistan on his 3rd deployment overseas. So part of being in the Guard or Reserve, and Chief DeWitt talked about sacrifice. It is a sacrifice, but it's, as I said, it's a joint sacrifice. So we're deeply honored as the town of Gilbert that we won this award. We appreciate Leo for nominating us, but it shows the support and the commitment of the town to our employees and our members of our military. So, you have anything you want to add, Chief?
I'm in a unique position to be both a recipient of that support and to be an employer who has many people in our department that are members of the Guard and Reserve. So I've been able to see this from both angles, and I can tell you the town of Gilbert took very good care of my family when I was gone. And I went in with the 1st Ground Troops in Iraq when we didn't have communication and ability to talk to our families for quite a while. And it was very important that I knew that my family was taken care of. And I guess if you look at our matching haircuts, that's what over 30 years ago. But with that, thank you, John. I appreciate it very much.